Hello and a very warm welcome back to our channel. This afternoon, we give you a piece of breaking news. Meghan Markle has been accused of stealing a popular Steve Jobs quote, sparking fresh plagiarism row and weaving it into the speech she gave to the Girl Up Leadership Summit this week. Hiding in her borrowed mansion in Los Angeles, the Duchess of Sussex delivered a speech meant to inspire young women everywhere. She praised the young women on the change they have helped create and encouraged them to keep pushing towards a more equal society. However, one particular part of her speech sounded awfully familiar. While her words were clearly well-intentioned, there were some eerie similarities with a popular quote from Steve Jobs. The Apple founder delivered countless speeches in his life, but it was during a Stanford University commencement speech in 2005 that he said something that was used as inspiration for years to come. Social media users criticized the Duchess for saying words that so closely resembled the late Mr. Jobs' speech. He said, "Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice." One shared the Apple founder's quote and said, "What did you say in your Girl Up speech, Meghan? I can't hear you. This woman is a fraud and a joke. She repeatedly uses other people's words and hopes no one will notice. They do. She bangs on about her favorite subject of gender equality, when everything she has achieved so far has been because of the men in her life." Another user quote and wrote, "Well, I asked who Mimi would be plagiarizing in that speech, and now I know. And that she has done it more than once before, not just using President Kennedy's words, but also Mrs. Roosevelt's. I'm betting that at some point soon, Mimi will be stealing from Abraham Lincoln, as in, the best way to predict your future is to create it." Meanwhile, Mr. Phil Dampier also wrote on Twitter, "Has she ever thought of anything unique to say? Everything she says has come from the mouth of someone else before her. My God, she has even quoted the Dalai Lama as her own. The woman has no shame or morals. She is like a teenager trying to be relevant, trying to impress. Such a vile personality. Could she get any worse?" A user retweeted him and wrote, "She even claimed that she received a standing ovation. The photograph clearly showed that she didn't. She's a compulsive liar without an original thought of her own. Yes, Meghan, well done. You're famous, but for all the wrong reasons. Never known so much anger against this entitled pair. She gives a speech on Girl Up when everything she's ever done or achieved her entire life is via a man. How long are we going to be subjected to constant media coverage of this shameful opportunist day in and day out?" This is not the first time Meghan has been accused of drawing inspiration from others without crediting them. Just last week, in her speech about the Commonwealth, she said a phrase coined by former U.S. President John F. Kennedy. During a video call, she said, "We're going to have to, in this moment in time, say we're going to have to be a little uncomfortable right now, because it's only in pushing through the discomfort we get to the other side of things. When a high tide raises all ships, equality does not put anyone on the back foot. It puts us all on the same footing, which is a fundamental human right." During ITV's Good Morning Britain after the speech, Piers Morgan pointed out that John Frank Kennedy used this phrase "when a high tide raises all ships" in his 1963 speech, in which he called for broader economic efforts to benefit all. Mr. Morgan said, "Wow, I thought that is a profound thing to say, but then I remembered it was not her. You could at least credit Kennedy if you're going to use his phrase." In February, Meghan was at the center of a controversy after it emerged she may have copied a speech from former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt in a speech she gave to United Nations Women in 2015. Meghan was speaking out on her favorite topic, gender equality, but her speech bore astonishing similarities to one the iconic FLOTUS did in 1951 during the Voice of America broadcast. In Miss Roosevelt's version, she said that it is not enough to just talk about peace, because one must believe in it. She added that it is not enough to believe in it because one must work at it. The Duchess of Sussex appeared to appropriate these words for the topic of equality. She said, "It isn't enough to simply talk about equality. One must believe in it. And it isn't enough to believe in it. One must work at it. Let us work at it, starting now." However, it is not just world leaders of the past that Meghan has been accused of plagiarizing. She may even be taking tips from TV. In her speech she did about the Black Lives Matter movement in June, she started with, "I wasn't sure what I could say to you. I wanted to say the right thing, and I was really nervous that I wouldn't. But I realized the only wrong thing to say is nothing." The way Meghan delivered the line was clearly heartfelt. But some of Grey's Anatomy's fans recognized it at once. In season 13 of the popular medical drama, in an episode entitled "Who Is He?", Dr. Jackson Avery uttered a very similar sentiment. He said, "We're petrified of saying too much or saying it wrong, when the truth is, the only wrong thing you can say is nothing at all." Indeed, many fans also mocked Meghan for this act. A fan wrote, "What's new? She's an actress, so she will only repeat other people's thoughts and words. Who on earth can think this woman ever had an original thought in her head? Who even believes, for that matter, she has a brain? Just about everything she spouts is plagiarism, and now she's talking about taking on Trump for the presidency." Another fan added, "This artificial woman has never had an original thought in her life. It has always been pinched from someone else. That is exactly how history will remember her, not with fame, but infamy. She will go down in history all right, but not in the way she wants. She will be despised and ridiculed." And the last one ridiculed, "She has to use other people's quotes because if she spoke the words that she really thinks, she wouldn't be given the platform she is craving. It's about time someone tied her hands to her side when she's making speeches. Not every word needs aggressive hand movements, appalling speaker." Meanwhile, recently there were bad comments about our project on the comment sections and an email. Many people contacted us asking why we hated Meghan so much. Why is it that we have yet to hear one good thing about Meghan Markle? Doesn't anyone like her? I'll answer the second question first. Yes, it does exist. Incredibly enough, small pockets of people here on YouTube love Meghan Markle, though they will tell you that even though she goes by the name Markle these days, she is now a married woman and as such must be called Meghan the Duchess of Sussex. They rhapsodize about how bullied she is and misunderstood. She's nice, kind, was bullied by the racist media, racist people, not helped, and a whole host of problems that make Markle the woman they protect, while savaging the people who dare to point out the myriad of reasons for their disdain of Meghan Markle. Simply said, the haters come out to bully people in an attempt to stop from saying what we think about Meghan Markle as a dodgy person with questionable motives. I'll even go on to say these haters ask for endless sources, when honestly everyone and their brother have now seen the nude photos of Markle pre-Harry. I think it's before she met him. While we dislike and point out the problems and lies surrounding Markle, we are bombarded with hate. The Meghan worshippers hate anyone who does not adhere to their way of thinking. Honestly, I'm beginning to think some of these people ran into her at Soho House somewhere along the way and hold a torch for their maligned ex-duchess. As for me, one good thing? Loyal to friends? Nope. Loyal to family? Sheesh, she taught the world how to diss your family at your wedding and invite totally random strangers with names like Oprah, George Clooney, and James Corden. Harry didn't even invite all the royals, and that's just tacky. Oh yeah, good things. Helpful and kind to others? Well, Meghan actively participates in Kate hate because Meghan cannot bear to bow to the woman who took what she wanted, access to William and a queenhood. Some ladies are seriously delusional, okay? There has to be something. Dresses? Well? Ha! Did you see the white linen tent dress? Not a good look. Meg should take notes to former Kate. But I know the Kate hate via Meghan continues. This. I like the way Meghan photoshops pictures. She is adept at altering pics and does it all the time. Even now, people around me spot the fakes right away. but I try to figure out how Harry can be in the UK chilling and staying away from the wife while they are on videos together. Meghan messes with it. Who knew she was so technically savvy? That's impressive, making it look like they are a couple when they are falling apart. She's so good at that, but I've been studying up on how to do Photoshop among many other darker things Meghan enjoys doing to her images. Don't go looking unless you want my sources. I don't blush easily, but wow, what's out there on Meghan Markle is eye-opening. She learned a lot at Soho. She learned a lot in a lot of places. I shouldn't be shocked since the company she kept was or is questionable at best. Marcus was a good teacher. Look up their connection going back to 2011. That's when Prince William married Catherine of Kate's fame. So, Meghan has had a relationship that's complicated for a long time now. How's that? Meghan surprises me with her ability to doctor photos. Where did she learn this stuff? Catholic school? On boats? At Soho? Or are there even murkier places she has gone to and learned from? Well, it's about time for me to scuttle out of this answer. And now, we will end our video here. If you had another idea, please let me know in the comment section below and everyone can discuss this couple together. And you can also like and share my video for anyone you think would also love it, like you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to not miss any new video by our team.
There are many people in the sad street. I just wish that Meghan was sometimes in the position of someone else who felt whether Meghan likes herself right now. In order for Meghan to comprehend what we experience and let one person understand the other's pain. The wind will replace me making Meghan's shirt very flat. The sun will replace me on the roads. My kindness and friendliness overtake all continents of Europe, going straight to Meghan. Meghan will be fine. Please be serious with criticism.